The topic for the next session is modeling still a dream in Nigeria? Can Nigerian models thrive in the age of influence? And to facilitate this session, we have two amazing guests who I love so much. We have Bolajo Fawemi and Rebecca Fabumi. Please, a round of applause for Bolajo and Rebecca. These are superstars in their own right. They have walked, they have talked the talk. They've done it. They've done it all. Bolajo isn't just one of the country's most recognizable models. She's the founder of Few Models, a platform that has discovered and developed some of the biggest new names on the continent. Her journey from walking international runways to building an agency that nurtures young African talent, embodies resilience, reinvention, and purpose. If you're looking for a few model products, this is me, and I'm not doing badly, Abby. Abby, thank you. Also joining me is Rebecca Fabumi, a rising name in the modeling and creative industry, who's building a fresh narrative for what modern Nigerian modeling can look like. Rebecca represents a new generation, one that blends influence, modeling, and personal branding with intention. Her work captures the evolution of modeling in the digital era, confident, independent, and adaptive. Please, a round of applause for Rebecca Fabumi. Yes. Okay. So, guys, I saved this session for last because it is personal to me. I think that modeling was the career that I thought was going to happen for me. Like, I wanted to be so international. I gave my all. She knows I gave my all to modeling. But modeling broke my heart. So let's have a conversation about modeling. Back in the day, modeling wasn't just about beauty. It was about becoming something. What did the dream of modeling represent to young Nigerians then, and what is it now?
I think the dream is still, the dream is the same from back then and now. It's just, I wouldn't say fame or money. I think modeling was a way the same way you have like designers have their way of expressing their art or whatever. It was the same for models as well. They wanted to express something that was deeply personal to them, and modeling is the avenue to do that. I feel like also for models, modeling is that space where you feel is your safe space. Growing up, you either have somebody say you're too thin or you're too tall or you're always shrinking every single time. And then you get to this world where you're welcome, you're celebrated, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I can be myself here. So I think modeling was that space for everybody that wanted to be a model. And it still is now. It hasn't changed, really.
Rebecca, what did your own entry into modeling look like? And how did the modeling scene feel when you first started compared to what it looks like now?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, first of all. Well, when I started modeling, I can't really give the difference from when I started and now, but I always tell people that I'm a bit like favored and had grace because I'd been to multiple castings. I wasn't picked, but I had like a good footing in the modeling as far. I had an agency that put me through everything I knew then. So it wasn't really an easy landing, but it was still like it was a bit smooth because I had my family too that liked the fact that I was a model. So modeling then and now for me is more of like now I truly enjoy it, and it's more of a business for me now. But like then it was like a learning process, like learning about myself, learning about learning about the world, like the exposed world, because I didn't really come from like how I would say it's just I didn't know so much about modeling or even the word modeling until like someone asked me if I was a model. So like back then and now for me now it's like a business, but then it was more of like trying to find myself, trying to like find like what I thought was interesting to me then. Yeah.
You know what I think about modeling, especially for people who did not want to be models or didn't even know what they were, that they were models, right? I feel like it's a world that, as Bola said, allows everybody in. So you're skinny, you didn't fit in. She's too tall.
Yeah,
She's
you're
too.
very like.
Then somebody just wakes
yeah,
up.
yeah,
and s-
charcoal. We still love you like that.
Somebody sees you in a bus. Somebody sees you somewhere. You're going to school. You're going to a class and says, "This face deserves to be abroad." And in the space of a year, they've made Polaroids for you. They've signed you. You're in New York. I feel like it's just it's a dream for a lot of people, and I'm so happy that I got into this space and it actually showed me what the world can be, especially when you come from like very humble backgrounds. Like it is a leveler. It chooses anybody. Yeah, I'm glad, but it feels like these days anybody can be a model. And I don't know if I would say it's Instagram that has watered down the profession, but it feels like these days everybody can be a model. Before at the core of modeling, there was let me use the word, at the core of modeling, right? People took it seriously. It was deeper than just pictures and runway. It was a dream, right? But now I think with social media and Instagram, it feels like every Tom, Dick and Nkechi can be a model. Bola, please. No, this is for Bola.
No, you should answer.
Everyone think they can be a model, but not everyone can be a model.
You think so?
yeah.
Okay, so speak on it.
Because they are Instagram model, they are editorial model, they are fashion model. So it's,
My issue with
No, so the thing is, the short answer is what Rebecca gave. Everybody think that they are models, so I really can't define who a model is. But now I can define where advertising is going to. At the end of the day, as models, we share in the advertising budget. When a company wants to advertise, they use models. When you want to do your e-commerce, you use models. So we share in that budget, right? I would say that the way that the world is going is allowing for more people to share that cake with us, right? Which means that we can then begin to accommodate different type of beauty. That means different things to different people. Do you understand? So defining who a model is, okay, so now we have some women in Europe right now who are like 60-year-old who are modeling like in the best of way that you can imagine, right? I would see them on the runway and I would say, who is this woman? I want to know her, right? Maybe 10 years ago, you'll be like, oh, she's not a model. She's too old for that. Now she's not too old, right? So I really can't define, but when I see them, I can tell why they will be on the runway. They're just not some old women. They are like, there's something so weird and unique about them that you want to look at them, right? So I really can't define who a model is. I can define what I'm looking for when I'm scouting. And I can say that the advertising budget is allowing for more people to eat that cake and, be branded as models.
Something that stood out for me that you said was that the uniqueness of the woman, and I've always known that when people are interesting, they are models to me, because people can be basic, but there are a couple of people who, like, when you look at them again, look at them like you're like, I can't tell why I'm looking at you,
but I'm looking at you.
but like your
I can
face
see the
is
aura,
like,
I can see the
even when you guys
energy.
sitting across me, it's just like face.
Can I come in quickly and say that I was speaking to a friend a couple of days or maybe weeks ago, and she had something on her face. I'll just say like that. I don't want to be anybody's dragging boat, But she had something on her face, and we were talking, and she was talking to me about getting her back into the modeling space and stuff like that. And I told her something. I said, "You have altered all the uniqueness about you," and that's the truth. It's mean, but it's the truth, right? When you are a model, after time, the features that you have, that you hate, that you dislike, I found models that I would say, don't touch this about you. And they would say, oh, no, but I don't want it. This, my eyes like this, I don't like it. But that's what I see, And that's what I think is unique about you. When you begin to alter all of that, so when you say you look at people and you keep looking at models and you're like, oh, this girl, there is a uniqueness there. You might not be able to place your hand. It might be the eyes, it might be the lips, it might be the head, it might be whatever it is, right? As soon as you find that uniqueness, then you can understand why you can say, oh, okay, you know what, she's a model. I can tell why she's a model,
Makes sense. Thank you so much for the explanation. What do you think?
Well, for me, I would say I know a model, or I can tell a model by like how you carry cloth or how you can model a cloth. Because First time being a model is being a model for designers for me. Not even like before advertisements or campaign. It's like going for
It's
fitting,
fashion for you.
like fashion for me. So if you're a model, you need to be able to like wear clothes. Like you need to be able to even like carry yourself in a way where like there's elegance. There's like
Right.
just there's I know what I'm doing. Like if you have that, oh, I know what I'm doing. Even though, like she always says, like you have to act like you know why you're here, or like you know,
Right.
like oh, I belong. I belong here. So for me, it's like aura is how you carry yourself, how you carry the cloth, how you even like how you are more of a people watcher because you have to watch your clients.
Yeah.
Like how is she when you come out of the fitting room? So I think is if you are able to like act, or if you're able to carry yourself, or if you're able
Right.
to like learn to be that ways, you're a model.
Okay,
Like,
but is this follow come or is this learned? Because there's some
aura energy is follow come, and you learn it. You catch it from
No, because,
around.
because there were some girls who were probably living in the village that they brought to the city,
Yeah,
trained them.
I was living
and
in a mini village too, like not a village, but I was living like on the mainland because people feel like mainland is the village. And
Sorry,
until
so
I
we
came
on the
to-
mainland.
No, before,
Okay,
before,
okay,
like,
okay.
before, like knowing, like, because I came from a place with not so much exposure,
Right.
so being in modeling is like.
Oh, this is a
Okay.
new world
Oh,
out
this
here.
is a new world. Oh, wow. Like, yeah, this is where I
Amazing.
want to be. Like,
I love that.
even though sometimes you're getting scolded by not like working well,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's not, now I've known that like, oh yeah, they're actually like, they're teaching
Training you,
they're
yeah.
training you. And
Yeah.
I usually say, like, I'm not even trying to toot her horn or like try to be like kissing ass.
Yeah.
I tell models, you need an agency when you're starting because
Yeah.
they sort of like teaches
They-
you.
they put you
Then you
through.
can now decide, but like you need not even an agency. You need a training, or you need like a
Grooming.
a grooming. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you need a grooming, something like that.
So the landscape has really changed. With Instagram, with girls who look a certain way, with filter, with people who can edit amazing pictures, and it's almost looking like the brands are leaning towards more influence as opposed to models. But as Bola said, we always need models because there's some things that Instagram influencers know if you do. Let's be honest. But do you think that both industries can coexist? Because we're coming to a place where we're seeing popular Instagram influencers on the wrong way alongside the Naomis. And I'm sure Naomi is looking at them like, what are these people doing here? But I mean, influence is so important. Storytelling is also so important. What do you guys think about these two coexisting?
Okay. I think in the long run, we will coexist, or we have to. So, years back, designers tried influencing with models. They tried. Because I would remember that we would go to shows, and after shows, I remember vividly, I took one of the models to shows, and after Meal Meal, they gave us like the clothes, they wanted us to come to the after party, all of these things. And honestly, I didn't go. I had to sleep. She went, but it was like she did not go because she was just
sleep.
she- it was just like I saw my model and she was just like in one corner, and they just managed to take one picture of her, and she's just like this, like, I'm done. Where's the next runway? And I remember the same thing at Prada as well. They gave one of the models that I managed at the time clothes to go after Prada show, go there, and everything, just like this. And she was not her. She just sat down like that and just crossed her feet. And so where am I going to with this? The designers tried. So before this whole influencing thing started, I feel like there were people who already saw it coming, but they didn't know how to communicate what it is that was going to happen, right? And they kept on trying different ways. And I feel like that was one of the trials at the time, where they would finish the show and give the models, like, come to the party or whatever it is to, like, and then you wear the clothes, and then it becomes clearer to people what you're wearing that when it's on the runway, right? But one thing you have to understand is, models are models. I don't know how to explain to anybody what it is. They are groomed to be a snob. You cannot groom a child to be a snob and expect the child to all of a sudden be entertaining for your own advantage.
Rich.
Yes, because see, when a model is walking, the aura that she's talking about, maybe aura in this, your generation is aura.
Aura farming.
For us, in my generation, is give, like, let me understand that you can get me even as your manager. I don't want no smiling. I don't want, I just want you to give me the confidence that I feel like that would exhibit my craftsmanship as a designer. And that does not come with rumbling my clothes and pulling my jewelry. And, if see, designers are very, very careful with their creative, and you cannot blame them for that. When a model wears it, you are representing that brand, that designer. They're not expecting you to be like, oh, that's not the job. So now you then have, and honestly speaking, I think a lot of influencers were people that wanted to become models, but modeling didn't give them the opportunity to become one, right? And I know you're gonna say something, right? And then they went along and created a different world for themselves, which, to be honest, right now, it's the most beautiful world I've ever
shade
seen.
me? Because
yeah, I'm shading you. Maybe you can call it that.
Let me now tell you what you did to me that made. So I feel like crossing into this my industry, right? They think I'm a snob. I'm not, but I was raised by you. Groomed me. So when I'm trying to be like, I don't want to do that, they're like, okay, worry this one.
No, but
Why is money
I
such a
think
snob?
modeling just make you sometimes proper. Like you have to just
you
be
have to be
proper.
disciplined,
Yeah.
right, to be a model, and it comes with a lot of things. So when people now want to convert models to influencer, it's going to take a journey, because that's not how they are programmed. Models are not programmed to. Models are. I don't know how to explain it. That's when I see a girl. So a girl in the office recently, and we stopped her contract. And the reason I stopped it is she came to the office. I'd send her to a dam. Now, this is very, very weird story, but I'm going to say, just so that you understand, I had to stop her contract. And that's because she came to the office recently, and then I'd send her to a dermatologist. And she came back. She was like, oh, then auntie something said this and that. And that threw me off. It threw me off, to be honest, because there's a niceness with her that I know that when the career comes to a point where she's supposed to become a top model, she would not get to being a top model. Because it's just she's too warm. There's this trying to be nice that is there that you don't get to see with top models, right? So now, the question again, back to the question, when you say influencer, and I think we will coexist, we have to, right? Because the future is going to be you exhibiting your creation however it is. But models becoming influencer is going to take another journey.
Yeah.
Well, I think she has said most of the things I have to say about the two.
Thank you so much, guys, for shading me and my new industry. But you can see that I'm thriving. I'm joking, Bala. Now let's address the elephant in the room. And I've been waiting for this question. Can someone build a sustainable career as a model in Nigeria and make money in today's Nigeria?
Yes, you can, if you play your cards right. And if you don't play yourself short, like, you have to start from the highest bidding number. Because Nigerians will always negotiate, they'll always price, they'll always be like, oh, we have someone that can do it for this price, so I always stand on your price. Like,
right.
Always, and even though modeling makes you like snob or like a pardon my language, a bitch, you have to do it with like so much like warmness, so much like grace, because that's what I've learned. Like you have to be that word, but with smile, with
grace,
with grace, yeah. Of course, you can surely, not that you can. I don't try to really like give myself the accolades, but my
I don't want to use the
friend,
B word, because sometimes I've seen you and you're like, I'm like, this girl.
Yeah.
So how often do the gigs come to be able to make a life out, like to make a living of it? Because how many times are we having campaigns?
I've been modeling for 7 to 8 years now, so I can't say the gigs were coming from like last year.
Yeah.
It has to also come from your clientele. Like, who are your clients, or who are the people you surround yourself with, or what room are you even finding yourself in? I think that's more important. Like your people, your circle.
Who are you working for?
Not your circle, your work circle. Like, who are you shooting for? That other people are also seeing it for them to be like, yeah, we need to book that girl for that for my gig or for my campaign.
You know, in the time that I was modeling when we're hustling Lagos Fashion Week, there was a set of models that we knew they were the it girls and it boys. We couldn't hang around them, you know. They were on a pedestal that we knew. And they were so arrogant about it. So they were the queens, they were the ballers, they were the, people that were really updated. When they walk into the room, we that were hustling the modeling, we step back. So they audition first, you pick them, and they walk out. Then they leave the remaining gigs or whatever to us, the struggling models. I feel like there's always been a chasm. It's always, even within the industry, there's classism.
I would say it's not classism. It's years of working and years of being that carpet before you now be the rug.
Okay.
Because there were years to where I had to be like. There's these times where you have to come for fitting or you have to like be picked by designers. I don't get picked by designers now. I just come for shows.
Talk your shit.
I come for rehearsals because I've done the I'm in Pool B years.
Right.
I've sort of paid my dues. So if you want me to like say it
makes sense.
So like. Yeah, there's going to be classism because I do my job well. At least I try to do my job well. My job speaks for me. The way I am with like my clients, like they're able to also speak for me. Like you have to be able to have like the good. I wasn't used to be like the best model, but like years of like training, years of failing and being like and years of like having good people around me, good like conversations.
Yeah, I think that
to navigate it.
Yeah, over time you've really grown.
Over time, yeah.
And I can safely say that you're one of the top girls in Nigeria right now. So congratulations.
Thank
to
you.
Clock that.
Thank you.
What do you think?
Thank you
do you
so
think
much.
not? I mean, locally, I know that you have international models, but I'm like, as a model in Nigeria, can you?
Sorry, I'm so sorry to like, not
You're
just not just locally, worldwide.
No, what I'm saying is,
even though I haven't debuted like on runway, I've had works that's been there. That's like I've had people come here to shoot with me. I've had multiple Vogue, Rolling
I know
Stone.
that you're international, friend.
Pardon?
I know that you're international.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you were saying locally, I'm like, ugh.
No, I'm saying to Bola that if you only work locally, can you earn a living?
That's why
without doing any other job.
That's why I wanted Rebecca to answer that question. Actually, if she says you
yes,
can,
you
you
can.
can, because she is probably the one model that works a lot right now in Nigeria. I mean, works everything and works with good clients as well. But yeah, the answer is,
She's also signed to 20.
Yeah,
abroad.
I have an agency in Cape Town now. Yeah.
So I think the answer is depends on what kind of living you want to make. It still depends on that as well. And, I can say that even though you've made a whole lot from here, I cannot wait for the time that you start tapping into that international bag as well. I really cannot wait, because that bag is a bag.
It's a bag. Yeah, it's a bag. That's why I'm still here. Yeah.
Going there. So yeah, you can make a living from the modeling in Nigeria. It's not, and I have to be honest, Rebecca has said good things about the clients, and I have to say a bit of not so nice things about them now. I think they really do take advantage here in Nigeria. Yeah. I think that's there. When you call an agency and then you want us to give you a model, because we're running charity. Just call us up and say, hey, I want a model. Can you give me a model? Do you have an upcoming model? I don't have an upcoming model. I train all my models to be the best. So before they show up at your doorstep, they are the best. If they are not the best, I'm not going to send them to you. So when I understand collaboration, and there's power in collaborating, right? But the collaboration doesn't benefit the models most of the time. They just say, oh, I have this mood board. Show me the mood board. No, you just send me the model. No. So, and I think it's a lot of lessons that a lot of agents, managers have to take, because you keep destroying people's lives from when they are so small by all this ridiculous collaboration that at the end of the day, it doesn't really favor the models. So I think we can do better when it comes to the local markets. Like, we can pay models better. We can stop this idea of collaborating unnecessarily unless the model really sees,
value in
in it. So the short answer is you can make a living, but we can do better. The industry is not there yet.
Yeah, because I really suffered, as I said earlier. I had a lot of people reaching out to me. Let's do collaboration, lookbooks, and something shoots.
Sorry to cut you. It's not a collaboration anymore. If you're going to make money off whatever it is that you are telling me to collaborate with you for, you are shooting your lookbook. Your lookbook is to show your client to do whatever it is that you want to do with it. There is going to be value in that, whatever it is that we're giving you. And then you want to do that and say collaboration. Pay the smallest. Tell me, hey, this is the budget. It's really small. I understand that. But to come and say, I'm paying nothing to the model. I want a new face. She doesn't have to be good. I will teach her on set. We can do better, really.
Yeah. It's an industry that I feel like it deserves respect. Yeah. What is the shelf life of a model? I know you're going to laugh, but for both male and female, because you know my shelf life was like 3 years and it ended. What is the average shelf life of a female and a male model? How much can they do until they're in their 30s? And should they retire instantly when they turn 30? Like,
They'll retire when they want to retire.
No,
That's only
Temisa wants to
Naomi's
attack me
What
with
do
this
you mean?
question, really. There are a lot of models doing major stuff in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s. Right? They may not be Naomi, but they are doing extremely, and when I say extremely
Male?
well. Male even. Yeah, male even. I don't manage males, so I wouldn't be able to say much to that.
yeah, you
but I know
chased
they
us
are.
away.
But I know they are, right? So now, I would not say there's a. Now, it's good to start early. It's good to get into modeling early age. But when you stop, it's your decision, right? I think it's totally up to you. Some people go ahead, women go ahead, they give birth, they find their way back. Even while they are pregnant, I mean, we see Jasmine opening Victoria's Secret with the big pregnancy, looking all beautiful. So we have Candice on the wrong way. She's had like how many babies? So the thing is, as a lady, you have to understand that modeling is your career. Just when you work in the bank or you work in school or whatever it is that you do, and you don't you create your retirement age, right? I want to retire at a particular age. Good, right? I think you can do that with modeling as well. You just need to know that while you're doing that, everything that makes you a model has to always be right? You have to fix yourself. And I'm not saying whatever it is, like you have to always just appear the proper way that we signed you. And you can continue modeling for as long as you want, really, as long as the industry tolerates you.
Right. What do you think about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So when are you going to
retire?
retire? 50.
Maybe when Jesus comes.
Well, okay. Nigerian models continue to make global waves, but do you think our local system properly supports the transition, right? And who are the Nigerian models who have finally been able to pave the way, and did they get enough recognition for the work they've done?
No. The Nigerian models that actually did pave the way didn't get recognition because things were not the way that it is now, right? It's easy for us to say, oh, you're signed to this management outside the country. It's easy for us to say, those things are better now. So they didn't have the opportunity, to be honest. And to be honest, I feel like, Rebecca, you are one of those people who hasn't gotten your time because, I mean, I went to New York the other day and I saw the campaign that we shot with, forgotten the beauty brand, that came from
Omo
New York,
Beauty.
Omo Beauty. It was like everywhere in New York. And I'm like, oh, that's Rebecca, you know? So people that things were different back then. So I would say, I mean, you have the likes of Uju Mashal, you have the likes of, you have a lot of people you have Opayemi Awoyemi, you have girls who have done like the most beautiful things that didn't get their recognition. So I would say no. But the first question, I'm a little bit, when you mean Nigerian helping people,
Our local systems properly support the global transition. So is there even any support for Nigerian models beside the agencies?
Not at all.
No. There's no support. You can see it when it happens with the beauty pageants. You know, if there's support, we should be counting some good numbers at the beauty pageant. That's the only way I can explain it, because with modeling, it's very behind the scene. We managers are the ones dealing with the issues. But when it comes to beauty pageants, it's world stage, right? And that's still a part of modeling. You can see that we do not have the support. If we have it, we should be like counting numbers there.
Yeah, not really, because I've even been seeing a lot of model needing like a model union or model organization, because there've been some funny accusations about like model not being paid or model having to pay for working a show. That's like very crazy. But yeah, we don't really have enough support or enough like guidance or enough like governments, whether anything supporting or guiding models through their career or through anything legal rights or all those things that comes up when your images are used. And
Yeah.
there was a time where I had an issue about a painter using my photos to paint, but she was like, "Oh, she got the permission from the photographer." I'm like, "Okay, but it's my face. How about you call me, or how about you reach out to me?" So all those kind of things shouldn't even be happening. But it's a thing of like no one cares.
Yeah.
There's no fear about suing or about
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna come for you if you're not doing the right thing to me or to my career or to my image. So yeah, we don't have any support, and like, to be nice to have some. But
Yeah.
at this point, there's none.
I'm about to wrap up, but I want to ask two questions before I go. Bola, what do you think can change structurally or culturally for models to help models to keep thriving, both locally and internationally?
The answer is very simple. I think it starts with the managers. Like, we managers have to just start doing right and putting proper structure in place in our companies to represent the models properly, because we are like the people facing the clients. So whatever we say is almost final. And I think if there is that togetherness with the managers in terms of like our voice, then things might change a bit. Even the legal thing that you are speaking about, it still falls back to the structure that the company has. If somebody is using your images illegally, your agency and should be able to write them, because we should have legal structure, right? So it's time for us to charge properly so that we can build back-end structure that will support the models, whatever they need. And then whoever is freelancing then now needs to understand what structure they have to put in place by themselves to help them get better. But it starts with us.
Amazing. And finally, Rebecca, what would you say to a young Nigerian who still dreams of becoming a model today?
Don't
I know what I would
listen
say
to-
though. Don't.
You're like the most beautiful person. Like, don't even listen to whatever anyone is saying to you. Like, you also have to like modeling if you want to model. Let me start from there. So because if it's something that you like and it's hard, you enjoy it. So for me, I would just say you have to like it. Ask yourself, do you like it? Are you really interested in it? Even with the also and bustle. So yeah, I'll just say like just don't care. Like you have to also be grounded in yourself, because people will test you. Like I've been like multiple victim of I've just been poked. People are gonna poke you, but you need to know yourself and
Yeah.
be grounded in yourself. Be like
Be
like
steady.
I'm even so too beautiful to even think about yourself. Like I think about yourself more. Like
As opposed to other people,
Yeah,
yeah.
be a narcissist. I think that's good. Because then it's all about yourself. You're trying to
Right.
better yourself. You're trying to
Right.
become a better model. You're not
So
like thinking of this
basically,
person.
you're saying that if you want to be a great model, you need to focus inwardly,
Yeah.
as opposed to caring about what other people think. Great.
Like you need to find your goals, or like find like where you want to be in modeling, or like also find like people agency that are good for you, or that are for you.
They understand you.
Yeah,
Okay.
because trust me, I don't think I would be here if I didn't have like a model agency to start with. Because
Right.
I hear multiple stories of harassment, not being paid. I never went through that, because I had an agency, I had a manager that will
They
go
looked out for
through
you.
everything before I even go on set. So yeah, find your people, find like just find
Your own
find yourself.
community.
Yeah, your own,
Okay.
not even community, because just find yourself. Find what also makes you like happy in that space.
Right.
Let me add to the fact
Bola?
that you have to love yourself too.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's the language.
Like you have to love yourself. Like,
If
you
you're
have to
going
be
through
obsessed with
something,
yourself.
you need to heal before you come to modeling, because modeling will remind you of every problem and
That's
trauma you have in your life.
Everything you're not.
So you have to heal. You have to love yourself. Like you have to wake up every day and just say, I love
I
myself.
love my like I'm
You know?
I'm literally like the most beautiful person I know. No offense, but like
I think for that's what modeling did for me. I feel like it also helped my
it gives
confidence
you
a lot.
confidence, yeah.
I'm about to wrap up, but one of the things I would say when I was with Bola was that Bola hates or dislikes someone who's not confident. She cannot stand you. I remember
He
one
irks her.
particular scene in the office. I can never forget. It was like 2014, 2015, right? Olamide was walking into the office and her head was down like this. But I said, get out. You're a supermodel. Go out. Come back with your head held high. And I think that till now, Olamide walks like this. So I feel like it's regardless of whatever the industry throws at us, there's also a part of modeling that actually builds the core of who we are, and I'm glad that I had that experience, and I hope that modeling gets, or I hope that we can make modeling the industry that it needs to be with the support and everything, and I hope that in the coming years it's still thriving and it does not go extinct because of the systems that we have here. But thank you so much for coming on today. You guys spoke really well. I'm glad. And you guys have corrected my hurts. So I'm going to take questions from the audience. Do we have anybody who wants to ask questions? Any upcoming models, soon-to-be models interested in asking? Okay, so we have
Hello.
one question for Dozie. Can we get Dozie a mic?
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so let's go with the gentleman first. Wait, let me guess. You try to be a model. Okay.
All right. So my question goes this way. Based on the last thing you asked, what then is the highest form of a Nigerian model? Like, how do we say? Because I will give an example. In Nigeria, I can tell you that the most popular, or let's say very relevant model that everybody, even a keke person, will tell you, oh, I know this person, is probably Agbani Derego. And that's from like years ago. So how do you push a Nigerian model to be known locally more than even internationally? Because everything we are doing right now, we are focusing on the international market. You mentioned that Rebecca was on pages in New York. I didn't know that until you said it now, right? So instead of me going to search for Rebecca all the time, where is she? How do we make sure that they are known locally? That's just it. Yeah.
Very interesting question. Bola, do you want to take that?
I mean, see, it's a very valid question, right? And it's not only happening here, it's happening everywhere in the world where we're just like, okay, the next phase. Oh, this is the next new phase. Oh, this is the next new phase. Until we stop the culture of next new phase. Who is the next person? Please send me have you gone to that village? Until we stop that culture, we are not going to have any name. Right? In the whole world, actually. We're just going to be like, oh, I'm a model. Good luck. But we have to start building stars. We have to start investing in the model that we find, right? And begin to build them and begin to, work with clients that we think the model can represent. Like if I find a girl today, I can say, you know what, this girl is a Lisa Folawiyo girl. I can literally sell. If I find a girl today, I can say, oh, this girl is going to be good for Tiffany Amber. Like I can tell when I find a girl that will fit those designers. What we need to do is find them, pair them with the designers that can make them become a star, and be loyal to that relationship and see that through before we go bring another girl somewhere from somewhere. Unless and I think with me also, right? With few models, what I try to do is to make sure that when we find a girl, we give it the best backing that we can. Your name has to be known. You're not going to be another model on the roster like, oh, yeah, she's just another model. No, she is so and so name. We call you by your name. Your social media is by your name. Everything about you is by your name. So when people see you, they don't even remember that we represent you, but they remember that, oh, you are so and so. So it's about storytelling. As managers, as agency owner, we have to go back to the core of storytelling. When we find a model, we need to allow the world to connect to their story before we bring the next next new person out, right? We need to connect them with the brand that they will be loyal to, that will, the partnership can benefit both people. That's why you know Agbani Darego, because you know what she won and who she is and how that went all the way. If another girl went to Miss World right now and win Miss World, nobody is gonna know. I'll let you know that, you know, unless she has the same support and backing and loyalty and long partnership that Agbani has, you probably wouldn't know. So we have to change the culture of what's the next new thing, what's the next new person, who is the next new face, you know, and begin to build the ones that we have.
That's a very
That's a
good
brilliant
answer.
answer.
Yeah, like
Thank you
I'm
so much,
very
Bola.
impressed by that answer.
Before I take the next question, guys, you know Heineken said it's Fashion Week, so for someone here who's dripping, the dripometer is saying that we have something for you. So we have something for the best dressed person in this room right now. You have
So you
10
gotta
minutes to go
look
and call your
around.
friends outside who are best dressed anyway. We have Heineken has something for this person. Please a round of applause for Heineken. Yeah.
Tamisa, you look very
In
good,
my
by the way.
opinion, I'm the best dressed.
I literally said that. You look very good too, by the way. Like,
But Heineken might not want to indulge me.
they
But
won't
yeah.
give you. I said you look very good, by the way.
Thank you,
but-
friend. I put in effort. Anyway, I'm joking. We have another question from.
Right here.
Okay, Dizzy. Okay.
So, my question is, can you hear me clearly? Right. I'm very pro. Don't get me wrong. I'm very pro the disadvantages, the demerits of the career. It's very easy to sit down there and say, "Oh, look, I'm a superstar. I'm a super model scout," but I really want to know when, at your point in your careers, did you feel, you know what, I'm hitting rock bottom. This is tiring. There's no headway. So, growing up, the usual professions were doctor, architect, lawyer, maybe one or two others, I can't remember right now. But diving into something very different, it's difficult to branch into that and make a career and a living out of it. But I know also that there's a part where you say, you know what, I'm tired. I'd like to know your experiences. When was that point when you felt, I am tired? But you guys didn't give up, obviously, but I feel like giving up. That's my question.
Well, I would say at the early stages of my career, I didn't exactly give up, but it was more of like, this is not working out again. Or like, when am I going to travel? I think it's just mostly like not being like an international model then for me. And I also didn't have enough knowledge to know that it wasn't a rock bottom for me. The fact that I didn't like travel or I haven't been internationally. So like when you get to that point, it's always like, well, I look like this. I'm in this space. I see multiple opportunities come to me every day, even though the opportunity I want is not here for me. So I don't really let that get to me. I just like, I try to move to the next opportunity or move to the next good thing that happens. So like, I'm not really a dweller in things that are not working out.
That's
I'm
amazing.
such a fast-paced person. So if it's not working, on to the next, like, on to the next.
Please, before Bola answers, I gave up.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing stress. You know, I still said I've not healed from modeling. If I gave if I gave this career what I gave modeling, or lie, I for don't blow past like this. I gave modeling my all. I wanted to be international, right? I wanted to. Bola is smiling because she knows. We showed up for shoots. We showed up for everything. I think that for modeling, you have to really be passionate. It has to be something that you really want because there's a lot of things that can throw you off and say, you know, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And this is subjective to me, Bola. I think it's a woman's industry. I mean, a few men can get around, you know. But the average nigga that goes to the gym can compete with a male.
So see,
Okay.
you gave up. a little bit too
I
quickly.
think 4 years.
Yeah, but too quickly.
Let me tell you what happened, Bola. Sorry. I'm gonna let you speak, right?
This
I'm
seems like
pouring
a
out
therapy session
my,
for him.
this is my truth, right? I had done modeling for 4 years in uni. Nothing. When I came out, Bola, this was a decision that made me leave modeling. You remember? When I came out, everybody was getting signed to this thing's talking about international agencies. I get it, right? Everybody was getting signed to foreign agencies, and it was like that was the next level for everybody. But when it came to my turn, the agency wanted me to travel first. Where did I see? I don't get visa. Like, what would I have done, right? So I kept trying, and it was frustrating, right? And I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the 9 to 5, right? Thankfully, modeling didn't happen because I wouldn't be here now. Because this transition is amazing. I think God wanted that to happen, but I cannot invalidate the amount of frustration that I felt because if you give somebody 4 years, you should see returns.
See, Temesa, I loved our relationship. Our partnership was wonderful, right? But I also think that sometimes you have a mismatch, right? And I think that my own lesson from our relationship or other relationships that I've had is the fact that I have to let models know what I'm strong in before I sign them. And I always tell them, I'm not strong in the local market. I don't hide it, right? I'm not strong when it comes to booking you locally. I have my clients that trust the kind of talent that I scout, but I'm not strong here. I'm strong taking you out. And I think that that's where I feel like we were not a good match as a manager and as a model. I think maybe if you were with an agency that had a strong hold on the Nigerian market, you might have done good, But for me, it was about we were going this way. This is how we were going because that's my strong, So I don't think you are here. See, you were asking who are models. At the end of the day, to be a model, part of the things that you're doing right now is because you had that experience from being a model, right? You already have I don't know what anybody can say to you right now that is going to get to you. You've had it all, being a model. So it prepared you for this journey. So modeling doesn't have to be your destination. It can just be how you're going to navigate your next career or your next life or whatever it is, that you want to do in life. So I don't see it as failure. I just think, this is where you're supposed to be and I couldn't, get you here.
I just wanted to heal.
But I know. I've been healing every day. Every time we talk, you keep making me feel bad.
It never ends.
Yes. But I think to his question, right? We experience low moments. And I think I have never said this before, but I'm going to say it now. In 2022, I stepped down from my company, right? Yeah, I retired straight up because I was running mental. Like I was running, and I knew that to be a manager, you have to be in the highest form of sanity, right? Because you're not joking with people's career, right? But in 2022, I realized that was not me anymore. Like it was so bad. Like I couldn't get out of bed. Like I would just lay in bed and I would just like think and just, I just knew that it was time for me to leave the business with somebody else that was young and, ready to do whatever it is to get the company to the next level. So you will it. And then now I'm fine. Like I'm not, I feel like, yes, I'm here again to build a star, but I'm not here completely. I'm just, when I see somebody that I feel like I need to invest in, yes, I go in. But we all get to that rock bottom. Modeling is not my first choice of business to do, but it's the thing that I love to do. Like I love to do it in sleep or whatever it is that I'm doing. So you would always hit rock bottom in life. The question is, how do you get up? How do you move? How long are you there for, right? Nobody's coming to get you out. You have to get yourself out, and maybe you can say the story and say, oh, this is what happened to me or whatnot. But you can't stay low forever. Even right now, most managers are figuring things out. I was talking to my mentor the other day on the phone and I was saying, what's going on in modeling? Like you guys are just everywhere. You big managers are just everywhere. And he says, Bola, honestly, we are all figuring it out. So don't even, I think people are also there right now, rock bottom of what is going on with the influencer, the creators, the modeling industry. And some people are just like rock bottom right now. And I think the only thing I can say is nobody's coming to get you out. Watch podcasts, talk to other managers, talk to other models, find a way to get yourself out of it, but you will eat it, but get out of it.
Thank you so much. Do you want to add to that? Oh, really good. Oh my God, this has been a very... Oh, okay. Oh, you're a model. I can see that.
My question is to you, Ms. Balajo. So, as an agent that deals with models internationally, because I'm an international model, and one thing I can say is the agency internationally, they're very, very, very brutal. I would say that they deal and play with your self-confidence. Like they pull you down. That's one thing that I know. So as a model agency in Nigeria, and I'm so probably sure that maybe you've probably had like models come to you and, cry to you and be like, oh, this is how they're treating me. This is what it's looking like with the designers, with the agency and everything. So as a model agency, how do you help your models build up their self-confidence? How do you place them in track?
Okay, I think that's a fantastic question, actually. That's why the confidence has to happen from home, from here, before you go. Before you go, I mean, also, the question again is how many models do you have on your hands? Because when you have a lot of models, you won't be able to study what can actually drag them down. What people are going to say to them that would make them like get to that point where we are talking about. But I feel like the first thing that has to happen is to instill that confidence in them from here. Because there's nothing you can do when they cross the border more than talking to them on the phone or, and then, so I'll give you an example. A model goes to a casting. Yes, you're correct. People are brutal. Thank you for coming, or you don't look like, your picture, or they give you one look like you're not even a human being. I think in that moment, one thing that I've made the models understand is I'm available for a call. Just let's call. Let's talk. Let's talk crap about the person. Literally, in that moment, I'm that friend. After that moment, I'm your manager. Let's go back to business. But in that moment, just tell me and I'm going to, and in the moment where I have to step in, like, there was an agency in London that had said something to the model, and she didn't insult the model, but it was the way that she said it was a little bit, how they talk. And then I think the next thing I did was to get on the phone. That was not an email. It's to say, hey, I don't know how you speak in London, but in Nigeria, where she's from, this is an insult. We're not going to do that again. And when you are a manager that has the talent that they want, they'll listen to you. It's never going to happen again. It's simple, right? So first thing is to instill the confidence before you leave here. Second is when you go, as you keep going, you have to be sure that we are there every single time to just talk to, and be sure that we're also strong enough to confront those agents, and if need be, get you out into another contract. If you don't trust your agents enough to put you in another contract, you're going to take a lot of crap. But when you trust that, hey, if these people go this way, my mother agent can actually put me in another better contract, you will have some confidence to say, no, don't do this with me, right? So it's a lot of confidence work, it's a lot of mental work, it's a lot of talking every single time, and building yourself as a mother agent as well to be able to have all the alliance that you need.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. It's very.
That's so brilliant. Thank you so much, Bola. Oh my God. Me, I'm a talker. We could talk all night, but time is fast spent. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for coming here and, listening. You guys have been the most amazing audience. And to my two supermodels, my ex-colleagues, I want to say thank you so much. A round of applause for Bola and Rebecca. You guys are doing amazing work. Let's take some pictures. Yes.
This is Lagos, a city of innovation, a city of style, a city of excellence. We shape beauty with our hands stitched from the rhythm of the market. Our roots are deep, and we wear them with pride.
Oh, yeah, fine boy, take away auntie, bougie, akile, oh, I fancy when I see a type.
Modern, fearless, Lagos is always one step ahead. The heartbeat of African fashion and innovation, where taste rules. This city inspires. Here's to Lagos, to fashion, to the city of cities.